Good morning, students. In the last period, we discussed about the first phase of glycolysis. Now, in this class, I am going to discuss about the second phase of glycolysis. Glycolysis has two phases. The first phase is a preparatory phase, and the second phase is payoff phase. In the second phase, that is in the payoff phase, there are 5 steps in which the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecule, it is oxidized to yield pyruvate. There is entry of 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the second phase of glycolysis, and there is synthesis of 2 molecules of pyruvate through different 5 steps. In the second phase of glycolysis, ATP molecules are synthesized. Therefore, it is called as payoff phase. In the preparatory phase, we have discussed in the previous period, there are 5 steps. In the 5th step, there is synthesis of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate enter into the second phase of glycolysis, and the second phase, it is called as the payoff phase. Now, come to the second phase. We will discuss in detail about the second phase or the payoff phase of glycolysis. In the next 5 steps, each molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is oxidized to yield 2 molecules of pyruvate. The payoff phase of glycolysis includes the energy conserving phosphorylation steps, in which some of the free energy of the glucose molecule is converted is conserved in the form of ATP molecule. The conversion of 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 2 molecules of pyruvate is accompanied by the formation of 4 molecules of ATP from ADP. Thus, 4 ATP molecules are synthesized in the second phase of glycolysis, which is called a payoff phase. There are 2 steps in the glycolysis in the second phase, in which ATP are synthesized. We will discuss in the next, that is topic, how ATP are synthesized. Now, out of the 5 steps, the first step is called as oxidation of the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Sequentially, it is a 6th step, but it is actually the first step of the payoff phase of glycolysis. There is oxidation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. The first step in the payoff phase is the oxidation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate catalyzed by the enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. The reaction is written as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate plus NAD plus Pi, it gives 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate plus NADH plus H plus. Here the NAD is converted to NADH plus H plus. There is reduction of NAD to NADH plus H plus, and there is oxidation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to yield 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Along with oxidation, there is phosphorylation of the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, in which one Pi is added, that is phosphate is added. Therefore, this step is also called as oxidative phosphorylation step. That is, along with oxidation, there is phosphorylation of the substrate to yield the product, that is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. This is the first of the 2 energy conserving reactions of glycolysis that eventually lead to the formation of ATP. So, ATP is synthesized in the next step. Now, come to the next step, transfer of phosphate from 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to ADP. Here actually ATP is synthesized. Here there is transfer of phosphate from the substrate, that is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, which contain 2 phosphate group one phosphate on the first carbon atom and second phosphate on the third carbon atom of the glycerate molecule. So, one of the phosphate is added on ADP to give ATP. The enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase, it transfers the high energy phosphoryl group from the carboxyl group of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to ADP, forming ATP and 3-phosphoglycerate. The product is ATP and 3-phosphoglycerate. The substrate is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate and ADP. The reaction is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate plus ADP, it gives 3-phosphoglycerate plus ATP. The phosphate from this glycerate is added on ADP to give ATP. The formation of ATP by phosphoryl group transfer from a substrate such as 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is referred to as substrate level phosphorylation. This is the first step of glycolysis in which ATP is directly synthesized when there is conversion of substrate into product. Therefore, it is called as substrate level phosphorylation. Here there is phosphorylation of ADP to give ATP. A high energy compound is synthesized, that is ATP. The energy of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is conserved in the form of ATP. The energy transferred in the form of the phosphoryl group and it is conserved in the form of ATP. This is a very important reaction in glycolysis where ATP is synthesized. There are two molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Therefore, 2 ADP combined with 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to give 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate and 2 molecules of ATP are synthesized at the substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, come to the next step, that is isomerization of 3-phosphoglycerate to 2-phosphoglycerate. Phosphoglycerate, it is isomerized to give 2-phosphoglycerate. Here there is transfer of the phosphate group from third carbon atom to the second carbon atom of the phosphoglycerate molecule. Therefore, it is called as isomerization reaction. The enzyme phosphoglycerate mutase catalyze a reversible shift of the phosphoryl group between carbon 2 and carbon 3 of glycerate. In this reaction, magnesium is essential for this reaction. Here the phosphate group, it is transferred from third carbon to the second carbon, that is there is intramolecular group transfer. Therefore, the enzyme is called as mutase enzyme. It is not transferase, it is mutase enzyme, because phosphate is transfer intramolecular, not intermolecular. In the same molecule, the phosphate is transfer, that is from third carbon to the second carbon. Therefore, the enzyme is called a mutase enzyme, and the mutase required magnesium for its activity. The reaction is very simple reaction. 3-phosphoglycerate, it reversibly gives 2-phosphoglycerate. It is also called an isomerization reaction. In the next step, there is a dehydration of 2-phosphoglycerate to yield phosphoenol pyruvate. Dehydration means removal of water molecule. 2-phosphoglycerate undergo dehydration to yield phosphoenol pyruvate. In this second glycolytic reaction, that generates a compound with high phosphoryl group transfer potential. Enolase promotes reversible removal of a molecule of water from 2-phosphoglycerate to yield phosphoenol pyruvate. For this reaction, enolase enzyme is required because the product is enol pyruvate. Therefore, the enzyme is called as enolase enzyme. 2-phosphoglycerate is converted to phosphoenol pyruvate with the help of the enzyme enolase. In this reaction, one water molecule is removed. There is no removal of a phosphate or any other group, removal of only one water molecule. Therefore, it is also called a dehydration reaction, and the product is enolase or enol pyruvate molecule, phosphoenol pyruvate. This is about the dehydration reaction of glycolysis. Now come to the last step of glycolysis, the 10th step of glycolysis, that is transfer of phosphate group from phosphoenol pyruvate to ADP. This is again a very important reaction, glycolysis, because in this reaction ATP is synthesized directly at the substrate level. When the substrate transformed into product, there is synthesis of ATP from ADP. Therefore, it is also called as the substrate level phosphorylation step. It is the second substrate level phosphorylation step of glycolysis, where ATP are directly synthesized. The last step in glycolysis is the transfer of the phosphoryl group from phosphoenol pyruvate to ADP, catalyzed by the enzyme pyruvate kinase, very important enzyme. The regulatory enzyme of glycolysis, pyruvate kinase. This enzyme requires potassium ion and the magnesium or manganese ion for its activity. This enzyme catalyzes the reaction, that is phosphoenol pyruvate plus ADP to give pyruvate plus ATP. You know, there are two molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate synthesized in the second phase of glycolysis. Therefore, two molecules of ATP combined with phosphoenol pyruvate to yield two molecules of pyruvate plus two molecules of ATP. In this way, two molecules of ATP are synthesized in the last step of the glycolysis, and the last step it is called as substrate level phosphorylation step in glycolysis. It is important step because regulatory step of glycolysis. It also synthesizes ATP. Therefore, it is energy conserving step of glycolysis. Here the 5 steps of this second phase of glycolysis. There are various changes in the substrate, that is glycerol 3-phosphate, and lastly we get the pyruvate molecule. The pyruvate is present in the keto form. Directly actually it is obtained in the enol form, and the enol form they converted into the keto form, and this keto form of pyruvate then converted into the lactic acid in anaerobic condition, or it enter into the mitochondria and get involved in the TCA cycle. Now come to the balance sheet of glycolysis pathway. Means how many ATP, NAD or coenzyme required and how many ATP or coenzyme are synthesized. It is called as the balance sheet. Now see, in the glycolysis there is entry of one glucose molecule. It starts from one glucose molecule. It requires 2 ATP for its activation. It requires 2 NAD molecule for dehydrogenation. It requires 4 ADP molecule. 4 ADP molecule are essential for the synthesis of 4 ATP molecule. Plus it requires 2 inorganic phosphates. The product is 2 pyruvate. You know, from one glucose molecule 2 pyruvate are synthesized. Glucose molecule contains 6 carbon atom. 2 pyruvate molecule contains 6 carbon atom. That is, one molecule of pyruvate contains 3 carbon atom. This way 6 carbon atoms are synthesized, are 6 carbon containing compound. Glucose is converted into 3 carbon containing compound, that is pyruvate. Therefore, 2 pyruvate are synthesized. Plus there is synthesis of 2 ADP molecule. From 2 ATP there is synthesis of 2 ADP in the first phase of glycolysis. There is conversion of NAD to NADH plus H plus. The NAD is oxidized, sorry, it is reduced. NAD oxidized for reduced to give NADH plus H plus. There is conversion of 4 ADP molecule into 4 ATP molecule. 2 PR added. The PR added on ADP to give ATP molecule, and there is a release of 2 water molecules. This is about the balance sheet of the glycolysis. But when you cancel out the common terms on both the sides, when you simplify the equation, it gives the overall equation for glycolysis under aerobic condition. So when you cancel out 2 ATP, from the other side 2 ATP molecules, you will get the equation. We can write the equation as glucose plus 2 ADP plus 2 NAD plus 2 PI. It gives 2 pyruvate molecules plus 2 NADH H plus molecules plus 2 ATP molecule plus 2 water molecule. This is the balance reaction of glycolysis. But you know, the NADH plus H plus synthesized in the glycolysis, they enter into the mitochondria in aerobic condition. You know, one NADH molecule when enter into the mitochondria or in ATC, it synthesizes 3 ATP molecule. Thus, there is entry of 2 NADH plus H plus in the mitochondria in aerobic condition. Therefore, there is synthesis of 6 ATP molecule from NADH molecule. Therefore, 6 NADH are 6 ATP are synthesized from 2 NADH molecule in aerobic condition. You know, pyruvate, the product of the glycolysis in aerobic condition, it enter into mitochondria and then get involved in the TCA cycle. It combines with oxaloacetate to synthesize citric acid, and citrate then enter into the TCA cycle. The pyruvate thus oxidized completely in the mitochondria with the help of the TCA cycle, and synthesize number of ATP molecule in presence of the oxygen in the mitochondria. In anaerobic condition, the same pyruvate, it can't enter into the mitochondria in an anaerobic condition. The pyruvate remains in the cytoplasm. It combines with the NADH plus H plus molecule and synthesize lactate. The lactate is the product of the anaerobic glycolysis pathway. This is about the balance state of glycolysis. Come to the reference part. The given content is taken from the book, that is Principles of Biochemistry by Lellinger, Nelson and Cox. So, we can refer this biochemistry book to study in detail about the glycolysis, because I have given a very brief introduction about the glycolysis. If you want to study in detail, so you must refer the Principles of Biochemistry book written by Lellinger, Nelson and Cox. That is about the glycolysis pathway. In the next period, we will discuss about the regulation of glycolysis. Thank you.